So for our analysis project, we did our on Vietnam. To begin, there are 4 climate zones: the north, the central, the interior, and the south. The north is subtropical, the central is tropical. In the north, winters are really cool, temperatures are between 65 and 0. The rainy season stretches from May to October and has 12 inches of rain with little to no sunshine. May and June are the hottest months. In the central part of Vietnam, the winters are warmer than the north by 10 degrees. There is 4 inches of rain from January to August, with a reasonable amount of sunshine. The rainy season stretches from September to December, but October and November can have upwards of 35 inches of rain. In the interior and the south, the interior has a much more mild and hot summer than the other parts of the country. This is due to the mountain ranges, which cause the climate to have nice sunny winters and summers, are less humid and hot. Cities are normally located between 400 and 1,000 meters above sea level, and monsoons occur from May to November. In the south, it's the hottest part of Vietnam. The rainy period is in the summer, and the hottest months of the year are from March and May, where temperatures reach 91 to 94, and it's very muggy. The natural resources in Vietnam include coal, phosphates, gold, iron, copper, silver, zinc, offshore oil, gas deposits, and much more. The most extremely rare natural resource that Vietnam has is orange pearls. The environmental formations that Vietnam has are the Annamite Range or the Annamese Mountains, and then Ha Long Bay, which includes 1,600 islands and islets in the Gulf of Tonkin. The value of this bay revolves around the limestone karst formations. So the weather and the climate impact on society. The negative impacts are that Vietnam is located in the direct path of typhoons, which mainly affects the eastern part of the country due to the Pacific Ocean. Monsoons affect the entire country of Vietnam during March to November. The positive impact is that the central and southern part of Vietnam is very gorgeous with white sandy beaches, warm water, and nice warm temperature. It's a perfect spot for a beach vacation, and an example is Bora Bora. So the impact of resource management. The Water and Natural Resources Management, also known as WARM, is working on managing Vietnam's water resources and coastal areas. Vietnam is working on lowering the intensity of fossil fuels, investing in climate-resilient infrastructure, promoting research and development, and shifting to autonomous, electric, and shared vehicles.
Next, we're going to get into some of the history of Vietnam. So colonialism is the first topic. Napoleon III of France made the decision to invade Vietnam in July 1857, and that's when the colonial period first begins. So the French used direct rule when ruling Vietnam. The French had most control over everything, while the Vietnamese did not have hardly any control at all, and they had no form of civil liberties. And this general region became known as French Indochina. And under the French control, they industrialized by building railroads, highways, harbors, bridges, and canals, and they were all an attempt to westernize the region. All right, there's various natural resources and minerals that came out of colonialism. Rice, coal, rubber, and various minerals are available, and they became valuable resources for the French. They did not have these in their country. Eventually, the French government gave Japan control over Vietnam, which involved the stationing of 30,000 Japanese troops. And in early 1945, Japan ousted the French administration in belief that they were turning against them. Following Japan's surrender in World War II, Ho Chi Minh was the leader of the Communist Independence Group, and the Viet Minh was what they were called, and they declared independence, resulting between a series of attacks between Vietnam and France, which resulted in Vietnam being divided at the 17th parallel between communist North Vietnam and capitalist South Vietnam. And we discussed the Industrial Revolution. France, there wasn't a ton of industrialization. There wasn't really an industrial revolution in Vietnam, but France did industrialize. Then we lead to the Cold War. So as I said, it was divided at the 38th parallel. And the Cold War was a result of tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union over the spread of communism. The U.S. pursued a policy of containment in which they would stop the spread of communism. And they didn't want Vietnam to be communist. They were afraid, they believed in the domino theory, so they thought if Vietnam fell to communism, that surrounding countries would as well. So that's why they set in troops to fight against North Vietnam to stop the spread of communism. And it resulted in more than 58,000 Americans being killed. And eventually the U.S. troops were sent home, and the North Vietnamese attacked the South Vietnamese and united them. And the United States lost the war.
All right, now we're going to talk about Vietnam's mixed economy a little bit. The economy is still very controlled by the government. They have limited economic freedoms, but still more freedoms than most traditional command economies. They score a 58.8 with their freedom economic score, and that makes them the 105th freest economy in the world. They have had rapid growth since 1986. Overall, they've become a lower to middle class income country. They're the 28th largest export economy in the world. Their main exports are crude petroleum, computers, broadcasting equipment, leather footwear, and integrated circuits. They import more than $151 billion worth of goods annually. Some of those include refined petroleum, flat-rolled steel, and rubberized knitted fabric. They also require foreign investments to promote their economic growth. The largest industries that receive the service is their agriculture industry. All right, now we're going to talk about the political system. They are a socialist republic with a one party led by the Communist Party. Similar to Russia, they have a president who can serve up to 3 terms, and the president is usually selected by the National Assembly and serves 5-year terms. The country holds elections every 5 years, and you must be 18 and older to vote and 21 or older to run for president. They have several different moving parts of their government. One is the National Congress, which helps choose the direction of the party every 5 years. And then they also have the National Assembly, which helps them govern on a base of democratic centralism.
All right, next we're going to talk about culture, religion, and language. The culture of the Vietnamese is revolved around Confucianism, which mainly came from China. And basically, Confucianism is really focused on like experience and wisdom and like developmenting your age, which comes with experience. In the society, that's mainly respected. Again, this came from the Chinese lifestyle. And families usually live in a clan, and it's it's like they see that their clan is more valued than actual individualism. It's normal for like 3 to 4 generations to live in a household at a time. So like it would be normal if you had like your grandma or your great grandma living with you at that time. Weddings, like back then, were traditionally arranged by the parents. That's how it was usually done. You couldn't really choose your partner. Your partner was mainly chosen for you. But now, as we're in this like today's society where we're in, you have the say in who you want to marry and who you want to make your partner. We're gonna go down to the next slide. Religion. The 3 main religions in Vietnam revolve around Taoism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. And also, a big part of their religion is also martial arts. They believe that where the heck? There we go. Sorry about that. Martial arts is again is a big part. They believe it allows a deep spiritual connection within the 3 main religions. All right, and now we're going to move on to festivals. Festivals include a Mid-Autumn Lantern Festival, Buddha's birthday, and a Lunar New Year. Food in Vietnam is very popular. Noodles is the main dish served at Vietnam. Also, prime ingredients are fish sauce, soy sauce, mint, beef, chicken, and basil. And also, the tremendous part of the Vietnamese dish is rice. All right, again, cultural practices, martial arts, again, is up there. Some superstitious beliefs are frequently throughout Vietnam. For example, many believe a man cannot marry a woman born in the wrong year because it would ruin the relationship with his family. It would bring dishonor to the entire family because they were big on ancestors. And again, religion are Taoism, Confucianism are very important in Vietnam, and again, to touch on Confucianism one last time, it outlines the relationship between one another. Cultural practices, again, is the Lunar New Year, also called Tet. Now, that's very big for the people in Vietnam. It's a big holiday that is surrounded throughout the entire country. Clothing, most clothing is made from silk and cotton. Sandals are usually made from rubber. Men's clothing is similar to women's clothing, except by the fact that their clothing is shorter. These people are very modest and they value their elders. Overall, the Vietnamese have kept their same cultural practices despite globalization. Regionalization, there's 8 regions. Vietnam's climate and physical features are incredibly diverse. And globalization, Vietnam is the greatest beneficiary of globalization. Embrace low trade liberation, lowered costs of doing businesses, and invested in human and physical capital. All right, and here are 3 resource pages. All right, there we go.